you through a brand new method on how to expand the storage on your Amazon Fire Stick using just a regular USB flash drive. I prefer the SanDisk 3.0 USB flash drive. You can find them for less than maybe $5-10 nowadays. But I'm going to go ahead and show you how to get these apps right here. As you can see, they have a USB device icon next to the app, which means they're not running from the Amazon Fire Stick. They're actually running from the USB device that I have plugged in using the OTG cable on my Amazon Fire Stick. So I'm going to walk you through all of that and show you how to set it up. It's really simple and straight to the point. Let's go and get into it. Alright, so we're back. So I'm on the Manage Installed Applications section on the Amazon Fire Stick 4K edition. This process won't work on the first Amazon Fire Stick or the second generation Fire Stick, so make sure you have the 4K edition if you want to use this method. You can expand your device storage as far as you want. So I'm using a 32 gigabyte flash drive. It's a SanDisk flash drive, this one on the screen. I'll be leaving the links down in the description below, but before we go and get started and show you the install process and what you need, I do want to show you how this works. So basically, if you watch my videos, you should be familiar with the following store, and I'm just going to go ahead and download something from the following store. So anything you download from this store or any third-party add-ons that you download to your 4K Fire Stick will then be running from the USB device, and I'll show you how to program it once we get to that step. But for now, I'm just downloading a random app from the store. Once it's done downloading and installing, I'll go back to the Manage Installed section and show you that it is running from the USB device. Alright, so it's done installing. Let's go ahead and download it now. Click on Install, bottom right hand corner. You don't have to do any of these steps. You're just watching for right now until we get to the install process, which will be towards the middle of this video. Alright, so it says app installed. We want to go ahead and click done, and then we click our home button. But before we do, I'm going to show you this top right hand corner. There's a trash can on file link. If you click that trash can, it'll delete the install file. So you want to delete those because those do take up a minimal amount of space, maybe like 1 megabyte, but it does take up space, so you can hit that trash can and delete those extra files if you don't want them. Alright, so we're back on the home screen. I'm going to the settings and then going to the applications. And I'm going to go down to Manage Installed Applications. As you can see, it didn't take up any internal storage space. But if I go into the Manage Installed section and go down and find that app we didn't have installed previously, which is USTV. Alright, so right there, we just installed that one, and it's got the USB symbol next to it. And all these apps that have the USB symbol next to it will run from the USB device, which means a faster performing Fire Stick, and all your apps will be running from the USB device. Now that you've seen the process, it's pretty straightforward. The only difference is instead of the apps downloading to the Fire Stick directly, they're going to be downloading to the USB device that we have. Okay, so this is the entire setup that you will need to get this to work. So the only thing it is, it's just 4 items. So you got your Amazon Fire Stick, you got your power cord, you got your USB device, and then you have the OTG cable running power to the Amazon Fire Stick and running power to the USB device. So that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go ahead and unhook it for you just so you can see what the process looks like, what the cords look like by themselves. So that's everything separated from each other. So you got the power cord, and then you got the USB. So I'm gonna plug the USB in to the OTG cable. The OTG cable comes with 2 sides, so you plug the power cord into one side, then you plug the other side into the power section on the Amazon Fire Stick, and then that's it. From there, you just plug the Fire Stick into your TV, and then you plug the power cord into a power outlet. Okay, so now we're ready to install. Once you have confirmed that you have those items, the OTG cable and the USB device, at least a USB 3.0 for a guaranteed smooth running process when you're running these apps from your Fire Stick. So check the links in the description if you don't already have these items, and I'll link them so you can find them easily. So definitely check those out. So let's go ahead and get into this process, and the first thing that we need to do is go ahead and head to our settings. And we're just making our way all the way over to the right hand side. Once you're there, go down Then go to the right, we're looking for My Fire TV. And then once you're there, click on My Fire TV. And then we want to stay on the About section and click on the About section. And then in here, let's go down, we'll go to storage. Just double check your storage, not that it matters because we won't use any of it, but you just want to keep an eye on it to make sure that you're not using your internal space, because we want to use the USB only. Once you have confirmed that, go down the network. We want to grab that IP address right there where it says 192.168.0.7. That's the section. Write it down, put it in your phone, put it somewhere, because we're going to use it for the next step in this video. Then check for updates down below, right below network. Just click on check for updates. Make sure your device is up to date, so you can make sure your device is running on the most up-to-date update. So once you have confirmed that, now we just click the back button, go down to developer options, click on developer options, and then from here you want to turn on ADB debugging, because this is what we're going to be using 100% for this video. And then apps from unknown sources, you want to turn that on as well. You'll get the additional prompt and just click on turn on. Alright, so now we're all set, and now we're good to go ahead and start installing stuff. So now we just go to the home screen, go to the left to the magnifying glass, and then we'll go ahead and pull up an app and start searching for it. Alright, and in the search bar down below, using the alphabet, you want to just spell out downloader. Let's go ahead and spell that word out, DOWNLOADER. It starts to auto-populate, but I'm just going to spell it out all the way for you. And then once you have, go all the way down to the first search result, which is downloader, and click on downloader. Once you have clicked on that, then you'll see the app. It's an orange app. It says downloader with the white download arrow. Make sure you find that one and download that one, because that's one that we need. So click on downloader. And then the next process, it'll just say download. So we just click our center button on our Firestick remote and it'll start the download process. And we'll give it a moment to download so we can install it. Alright, so it says download, and then you'll give it a moment. It takes about 30 seconds to a minute depending on internet speed, and my internet speed isn't very good right now. It's alright, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but I'm going to give this a moment, and then I'll pick back up once it's done. Alright, so it says open, so we're going to go ahead and open up downloader for the next step. And give it a moment to open, and then you'll click that allow button there, and then you want to hit OK on that, and then you'll see http:/// just click your center button on the Firestick remote, and then an additional window will come up. This is the window, and we want to type in a website, which is the file link website, which is get.filelink.com, and that's get.filelinked.com. So I'm going to spell it out. Alright, so that is in there, get.filelink.com. Once you have double check, triple check to make sure that is spelled correctly, you'll go down bottom right hand corner, click go, and then it'll start connecting. It should be about 9.5 megabits, and give it a moment to load. It should take anywhere about 30 seconds or so to a minute. And then once it has finished, you'll see this pop up file link, bottom right hand corner, you'll see install. We want to install this app because this is the very first app, or technically the second app that we need throughout this process. Once you see app installed, bottom right hand corner again, click on open. We want to open up file link. Alright, so file link begins to load. It says enter a code, and this is the code to my download store. So we want to put in this number, 684-29531. That's the code to the Carter's free download store. That's my store I've created for us. So we'll click next or the play button once you have confirmed that 6842953 is entered in there. Double check and triple check to make sure it's correct. Alright, and then we'll continue. We'll go ahead and proceed through. And then from here, we are in the free download store, and before we start downloading apps, we want to download one app specifically. So let's go all the way down. It's like towards the middle of the download page, and we're looking for useful tools. So Firestick useful tools. So let's go down. That's the section of what it's called. Alright, so useful Firestick tools down below, and we're looking for remote ADB shell, and we want to download that. So we'll hover over it. To the right hand side there's a download arrow. Click on that download arrow and it'll begin installing this remote ADB shell. This is what's going to allow us to format and partition our USB drive to get it to work and run apps off of the Amazon Firestick. So bottom right hand corner, click on install. Alright, so it has been installed. Bottom right hand corner again, click on open. We want to open this app up, and we'll go ahead and use this app. Alright, so this is the app, and this is a prompt that you will see. Just click on OK, that's fine. It says device running 4.2, you'll need a computer next time, that's fine. Just click OK, and we'll proceed through. Alright, so the IP address. Remember the IP address from the beginning of the video where it said about, and then we went to the network. This is the IP address that we want to type in. So my IP address is going to be different from yours, so just keep that in mind. I'm going to enter in mine here, but yours should be similar, but remember it will be a different number, so make sure you have your specific IP address from your specific Firestick. Otherwise it will not work. Alright, so I'm putting in my IP address, you're putting in yours, and then once you have typed in that number, you will just go down bottom right hand corner and click next or click the play button, but make sure you double check, triple check to make sure you have the correct number in there. Once you have confirmed, go down bottom right hand corner and click next. Alright, so once we have hit next, you'll be dropped down to the next section where it just says 4 5s, 5 5 5 5. Just leave that in there. That's perfectly fine. That's what we need. And you'll click next. You'll automatically be hovered over connect. If you're unsure if you're hovered over it, just click the up arrow 2 times or 1 time or so, and then go back down just to make sure you're hovered over connect, and click on connect so we can proceed through. Alright, you'll get this prompt, allow USB debugging, and we want to check the box that says allow from this computer, and then we'll go down and click on OK. Unless you check that box, it won't work, so keep that in mind. Alright, so now it says mantis : $. Alright, so this process is going to be just us running a few commands from our Firestick, and the cursor down below where that line is where we're going to be typing those commands. It'll pop up an additional window. So let's go ahead and type in some commands. So you click on that cursor down there, just click your center button on your Amazon Firestick. This window will appear, and we'll go ahead and type in our first command. We will type in the very first command, which is sm space list hyphen disks. So make sure you have the correct spacing, make sure everything is lowercase, and make sure we just type that in 100% correctly, otherwise it will not work. So that's sm space list dash disk with the S. And once you have that typed in, you'll go down bottom right hand corner and you will click run or click the play button. Okay, so I hit run, and behind the scenes in the grayish darkish area something happened. So I click my back button 1 time, so it'll take me back to the command window. And what this command does, it lists the disk name. So where it says disk:8,0, that's the name of your device. So keep that in mind, write it down, put it in your phone, put it somewhere you're going to need it for the next step. This is the name of my device, but your device may be named something different, so keep that in mind for the next command. Okay, so now that we're done looking at that command, go back down to the line at the bottom of the screen, click your center button on your Firestick remote, and we'll go ahead and type in the next command. This is the second command that we're going to type in. We have sm space partition space disk colon 8 comma 0 space mixed space 50. So let's go ahead and type this in. Also keep in mind where it says disk colon, my device name is 8 comma 0. You want to type in your device name, whatever was listed on the previous command where it says disk colon. After that you want to put the name of your device, but mine is 8 comma 0, yours may be different. So what this command does while you're typing this in, basically what this does is, all it does is split our USB device into two. So it puts 14 gigs on one side and 14 gigs on the other. So I'm using a 32 gigabyte flash drive, so that's why it does 14 for me for both sides. And it does that mainly for internal storage to run all of my apps from the USB device, and also if I want to store some movies, files, pictures, anything on the other half, I can do that as well, and then take it with me and plug it into somewhere. If I didn't have internet access, I can take it somewhere and plug it in, and it would give me those files or movies or photos that I have on that USB device. And I'll give you a moment to type that in, and just make sure you have all the spaces and spelling and your disk name. Make sure you have all of that correct. Alright, so once we have confirmed that's in there, I'm going to go ahead and jump to the next step. We just want to go bottom right hand corner. We'll click either the play button or the run button in the bottom right hand corner. I just go down and click the run button. It's a lot easier. Alright, so you click the run button and you click your back button on your remote so you can go back to see what the command is doing. As long as you don't see any error messages and it drops down to the next line, you know that command that you just ran was successful. So there's one more command that we want to run, and that will just show us what we have just done. So let's go back down to the cursor down there, the line, and then we'll go and put in the last command. So click your center button on the Firestick remote. This box will come up. The last command is just DF as in Frank space hyphen or a minus symbol and then the letter H. And then that's all we have to type in, and then we'll make our way down bottom right hand corner, and then we'll go ahead and run this last command. Alright, so we went ahead and put that command. We'll click run, and then if you click the back button, there's some writing that populated. So all this will populate in only this if you've run everything successfully. If you get anything other than this, that means something went wrong, and then you have to run that same command again, or you can start from scratch, either one. But the three bottom lines there are the only ones that you want to focus on. The dev/fuse is the first line is the Amazon Firestick space, and the last two lines are the USB device split into two partitions. So I have a 32 gigabyte flash drive, so it splits it into 4G, which is 14 gigabytes. The first one at the top is the first fuse is the Amazon Firestick, which is 5.2G. That's how much space is on the Amazon Firestick. And then you have the bottom fuse, which is the first storage device, which will be where I install movies, photos, and files onto that portion, the storage side. And then the one below that says expand, it says block/DM-2. And then towards the right it says expand, and then it has a bunch of alphanumeric characters. That's the side where it'll be running the apps from. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the home screen, and I'll go ahead and show you the apps that we can install now, and it'll install and run from your USB device flash drive. So let's go and jump into that. Okay, so we're on the home screen now, and since we have already downloaded file link from earlier in this video, all we have to do is go to our apps, and we'll go down 3 times, go to see all. I just want to show you exactly where you'll find this if for any reason it's not on your home screen. So you go all the way down, since it's the last app that we installed, find the file link logo, which is that one there, and then you click on it and open it up. And then if your code isn't in there, remember the code is 684-29531 and click continue. Alright, and in here is where we have free range to install all of these apps. So I'm going to go ahead and take it upon myself just to go ahead and install all of these apps right now, and then I'll go ahead and pick back up once we are done, and I'll show you that all of them are successfully installed once again. And also you can go ahead and go down this list as well and install as many apps as you want, and they will go onto your USB device, and you'll never ever fill up your storage on your internal storage on your Amazon Fire Stick. Alright, so I've installed just about every single app. I'm on the last app on the list, which is Kodi 18. I'm installing that now, and then once it's installed, I'm going to go ahead and make my way back to the settings just so I can show you that all of these apps are now on my Amazon Fire Stick, but they're running from my USB device, and yours should be too. Alright, so we have that app officially installed. We hit done. You can go back up and tell that I have downloaded all these because all of them are turned to the play button instead of the download arrow. From here, I just want to go to the home screen. We'll make our way over to the settings now. So we're going to go to the right. We're at settings, go down, head to the applications tab, and then you want to go down to the manage installed applications. You can see my internal space is still the same. Go ahead and click on manage installed applications. Once we're in the manage installed applications, you'll see a bunch of apps with the USB logo directly to the right of the app, which means that we installed all of these. They're all third-party add-ons, and they are all running from the USB device that we have plugged into the OTG cable. So I hope you were able to get this set up so you can download as many apps as you want. You can use a 32 gigabyte flash drive. You can use a 256. You could probably even use a terabyte hard drive. I don't even think it matters, but I'm using a 32 gigabyte. I'll leave the links down in the description below. Thank you so much for watching this video. Give it a like, comment, subscribe if you found value in this video, and once again, I will see you in the next one. Peace.